Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael's Uber One Rental at a Time. We are so lucky to have the three amigos, Matt and Dion, be a part of this channel, part of the course. And unbeknownst to them, I signed them up last week to add additional bonus sections to the course. Let's welcome them to the show. How you doing, Dion?
Howdy, I'm doing great. Everybody should back the video up about 20 seconds and watch. That was Matt actually writing down a note of an insult I tossed at him between videos.
I'm going to have to go back and watch that. And Matt, how are you?
I'm doing super awesome. So excited to be here with you guys. It's the best.
And just let me say it right up front. Thank you guys for being a part and also continually willing to add more as you know, one rental at a time grows. So thank you for being such huge contributors to it. So much appreciated.
Happy to.
So the question that came up in the group, this is in One Rental at a Time work. So it's our private Facebook group, which you both are a part of, was basically, hey, One Rental at a Time does a great job. Learn my market, buy box, yield. I feel comfortable writing offers, but darn it, I got one. I'm in escrow. And the course doesn't really help me understand what to do, which is an absolute fair assessment. It's not where I focused. So I thought what we would do, guys, is over the next month to 6 weeks is we would each kind of tackle different elements of, hey, I'm in escrow. Now what? Matt, you and I talked a little bit about this on Tuesday. And just so we know, we're going to do another section about, okay, you just closed escrow. Now what? I thought I would take, hey, you have property management because it's a different list and the different things. Obviously, both of you self-manage. So what do you guys think of that? We'll go to Dion first.
I think it's great. I have a video on my channel called The 6 Steps to Getting Started in Real Estate. And basically, the first few steps are the same for everybody. Learn how to save, work on your credit score, talk to a lender. Like after that, we start to branch out in wholesaling, flipping, BRRRR, short-term, long-term, local, at a distance, all the ways you can go. But I made a video called buying a rental from start to finish. So once you're under escrow, how does everything progress?
Oh, perfect.
And in the comments I got, this isn't buying a rental, this is just buying a property. And I had to sit back and think, okay, I need to make a video that when you buy a rental, it's exactly the same as buying a property. So I look forward to what happens after that. There's a shift. When you first start investing, you make offers and you think, you get nervous and you think, I hope they accept it.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden it switches to, oh crap, what if they accept it?
Yeah, there's this.
I have to invest that money. I have to actually buy the property.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be good content to put together.
Yeah, and again, I do want to separate it because I want there to be, hey, I'm in, because again, you just got word from your real estate agent, they accepted. Now what? And then there'll be another series about, hey, you just got notified from escrow or the attorney, depending on what state you're in. It closed, it funded. Now what? And again, you guys can focus on, you're going to, 72% of folks, according to Hemlane, self-manage. So cover that. I'll cover, hey, you have a property manager, you're adding a unit, all of those things. So I think we need to hit those separately because maybe you just got it accepted during the inspection, you find something that makes the make ready blow up. And if the make ready blows up, it hurts the yield and you don't do the deal, right? Those are kind of tied into the rest of the one rental at a time world. So Matt, any more thoughts on this since we talked about it on Tuesday?
No, I mean, I think it's like what Dion talked about is it's just like buying a house, it's much the same thing. And you just have to make sure that you have, it's really simple. Like after you've kind of, gotten into escrow, it is inspections, insurance. It's all the checklists that you need to make sure you're going through to say, okay, I'm ready and prepared to close. And in most of these contracts, there's that due diligence period.
Yeah.
And so you've got 7, 10, 14 days to do that due diligence. Something like a property being uninsurable has occurred before.
Absolutely.
And so you want to know then, because if you don't find that out in those first 10 days, guess what happens? You're still on the hook. You better figure it out.
EMD, yeah. So I had a property on that. It was insurable, but for some reason it was in a floodplain. And I've owned all over Fresno. And for some reason, I think we actually had to do the research. For some reason in 1932, this one street was clarified as a flood zone. And it was like, it's like, how would the water get there? Right. It didn't make sense, but that was 80 years ago. Right. So who knows? So I actually ended up having to spend almost $2,500 getting that reclassified. Because again, what did that mean? Flood zone? That mean it went from a 700 or a 750 insurance to a 5,000 insurance.
Yeah.
right? Just because of that check. So yeah, there's some things to check into for sure.
Yeah, I was looking at one. It was it was marked previously, I think, as the insurance, and I know that it was just wrong. It was $1,200. I was like, that doesn't feel right. It was by the ocean. And I did my research, and the cheapest I could get flood insurance was $9,000.
Yeah.
So it was almost $1,000 a month. It threw all the numbers off, and I was like,
nope,
no longer, nope, can't do it.
Can't do it.
That's basically $800 a month. Can't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
The numbers don't work anymore. So that due diligence period is very serious. You make sure that you do that due diligence. So as soon as escrow opens, you need to be making those phone calls, insurance, and inspectors and all that other stuff, because you also need time, A, to get them scheduled, but B, get time to react.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me just highlight there again, in the course today, something you should be doing ahead of time is building your network. So even before your writing offers, you're meeting these people. Don't go into escrow and not know an inspector, not know this, not know those people ahead of time. If you're following the course, you will do that, but don't get to step 2 and stop going through the rest of the course, because there's a lot of meat after that as well.
I think it's a good thing to get this put together, because every now and then I'll get a question from a new investor when they've got an offer accepted, and we get that adrenaline rush of I'm finally buying a property. I've been, done the work, the 6 to 9 months to learn the market, to get all offers, to figure out the area average rents.
Yeah.
And then you have the inspection done, and the appraisal says we can't close because these 5 things need to be done. And I've had a new investor, because this doesn't seem normal to us, but when you're brand new and you don't know any better, the new investor said, can I just fix those things and then we close? Thinking that it was their responsibility to get it fixed so the appraiser would appraise, and not doing anything to protect themselves, because the seller can still cancel the sale right up to the last moment. So you could fix a bunch of things, spend a bunch of money, and then not get the deal. So spelling out that chronology and letting them know things that they can do to, avoid the risky things like that, that would be really good.
Yeah. So again, I want to be very clear. We're going to do our best efforts here. This is something I assume that will morph over time. I suspect when we put this together, we'll end up covering about 80%. It'll be out there in the world. We have thousands of course members now. And I hope what happens is people that watch it, which again, we'll think of late January, February, something like that, we'll just keep adding if we miss something. And again, we only invest in 3 states. There may be things in other states that we don't have experience in, right? So again, we will do our best as always. I don't want anybody to think this is going to be the end all be all day one, but I know we will give it our best efforts. It'll be most of it, and we'll just keep adding and improving just like we do everything else. Make sense? True story. All right. And again, if you guys don't know, the Lumberjack and Dion both have access to give away 3 book sets of One Rental at a Time and 15 Conversations with Real Estate Millionaires. Tune into their next live streams to figure out how to do that. I will actually ship them out, so they will need your address. But yes, they each will be giving away 3 book sets. So Matt, when is your next live stream?
So we're going to do a Mr. and Mrs. Lumberjack live stream tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern time. But we'll probably do those books on Sunday on the 11:30 a.m. because that's when I expect we'll have more people there.
Yeah. So Sunday, 8:30 a.m. Pacific.
Sunday, 8:30 a.m. Pacific. Yeah, 11:30 a.m. Eastern time on Sunday. Yep.
And Dion, when's your next one?
Tuesday afternoon, 4 p.m. Pacific.
Very cool. Guys, log into those, subscribe to their channels, support the channels. We are going to help 1 million people, and Matt and Dion are going to be huge parts of that. So thank you guys for being a part of it.
Thanks, Mike.
Ciao.